Hello there, and welcome back to the Epic FRODO YouTube channel. My name is Will. With me today is Mr. Jack.
Thanks for having me on for the first time, Will.
I don't know why that's funny every time. So Jack, today we're doing a film which you've hotly requested many times, Dog Soldiers. Can't say I've ever seen it. I hadn't even heard of it until you first told me about it. But it's been a long time since I watched a proper British movie, so I'm a bit excited for it. It's been a long time. They're either absolutely hilarious or they're incredibly depressing. I'm wondering which one this is going to be.
Yeah, well, I think it's a nice mix of both. It's directed by Neil Marshall. We went to Club of Horror as well, where we met someone from this film as well, and he was there, but he directed films like The Descent, and if people know about that film, it's probably one of the best British horrors ever, maybe with this. I love you haven't seen anything about it in that, because this is going to be such a fresh new take for you, I think.
Like I said, I don't know what to expect. I've seen a lot of British films. I presume it's going to be going with the same ilk of it's got like an indie kind of vibe to it, very low budget, but amazing performances. I know Sean Pertwee's in it. He's always great. He's great in Event Horizon, so I'm expecting more of that. I'm expecting some Cockney attitude from him.
Got Liam Cunningham, who's Davos in Game of Thrones. It's got a brilliant cast, fantastic. Everyone's really good in it.
I think the cast is going to be the standout of this film, so I'm excited to watch it for that. Premise, I think it's something to do with werewolves. I've never seen a convincing werewolf in a film. I think this is going to be good.
Be prepared.
And now a word from our sponsors.
So Jack, what have you got there?
I have a gift, William.
It is a gift.
This is something by Movie Palette. Would you like me to get it out?
Go on, Jack, show us what you got.
Remember, kids, if you're using blades, get a parent to help. Nice. So this is every scene colour paletted. If we zoom in, you should be able to see. It's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's every single colour scene. I think this one looks really good, especially for my wall as well. I quite like the look of the Matrix one as well. That looked really good. You notice these sort of dark blue scenes is Franklin in the wheelchair. I'm almost certain, you know, the bit when he's running through the woods. But yeah, you can sort of map every scene out individually by the colour, which is really cool. It will go nice on my wall like that. You can sort of see the thingy of how it will look. So if you want one of these of your favourite film or whatever film you want, especially if you're a horror fan, go to moviepalette.com and then you can use our code FRODO15 and you get 15% off as well.
So Jack actually got something signed. He got a frying pan signed by one of the actors in this.
Darren Mortiff did it, who plays Spoons.
So I'm excited to see why Jack got a frying pan signed by him.
And that was for my nan.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah, and it's also solid silver, so don't lose it.
Silver.
Isn't that how you call a werewolf? Solid silver or something?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh. So we're like 30 seconds in. Oh. Oh, the silver.
Dog soldiers.
Very quick opening. Just army training camp.
Here come the boys.
Captain Price.
It literally is. Oh!
Nice try, Private Cooper. You evaded capture for 22 hours and 47 minutes.
47 minutes.
Go straight to the head of the class. Here, shoot the dog.
Was this Kingsman?
You're taking the piss, right?
He thinks I'm pulling his leg. Do I look like a sodding comedian? Shit, why?
No, sir!
What would you do? Pull the gun on him, just take them all out.
Still. Shoot it! No,
Whoa.
sir!
It's me screaming at you to edit.
What use are you to my team if you can't even kill a dog?
I just will not kill that dog for no reason.
Oh, that's horrible.
No!
Oh.
You sick
Fucking bastard!
It's just a dog, that's all.
I hope he gets ripped to shreds.
Oh. That twist to the back.
You hear that click?
Everything's very practical. That's what I love about these films like that, because it's not CGI. It's literally they're landing that helicopter there. It's quite a dodgy spot to land, isn't it?
Good clean disposal of a secure landing zone! Shut it out!
Yeah, that's also paintballing. They've got blanks because of the white and yellow tips.
Yeah. There he is. Booms.
Spoon, Terry, you're on stag. Joe, for fuck's sake, get off your big fat lardy ass and make like a soldier.
The most important football match of my life is playing tonight, and I'm stuck up the backside of beyond without so much as a six-pack or a telly.
Come on, what game is it?
Hey, it's England v Germany, man.
England v Germany. I was going to say Newcastle or
Yeah,
Sunderland.
well, it's nothing like. Now listen up, I'm gonna make this quick and to the point, because just like you, all I want to do is get home, jump into a warm bed with a nice hot woman, and watch the footy.
Planning on scoring, Sarge?
Yeah, well, mind you don't follow in the penalty.
Planning on scoring, Sarge.
Lads.
Shit, remember, I want that back, son.
What about you, Sarge?
Well, I'll count, won't I? Right then, Coop. What we got? Joe, if you don't shut up, I swear to God, I'm gonna fucking slot you myself. Now move.
Didn't say a word, Sarge.
I forgot to mention there's a lot of bad language in this world.
Yeah, I know, my ears. Oh, who's that? Who's peeping?
That was.
Contact camp. Tell them the flock is heading for the fold.
I want to know what scares a Sarge.
Piss off, man. Nothing scares a Sarge.
I don't know about that. Me and this young fella called Eddie Oswald decided to go and get a tattoo done to commemorate our first trip into the desert. So he got this fucking great laughing devil tattooed right on his arse. Anyway, about 6 days later, we were making a regular sweep along the Iraqi border. And Eddie, poor fucker, triggered an anti-tank mine. Just bits and pieces of him. It's all that remained. This big fucking red circle, 100
The only
metres.
thing would be left with a tattoo.
I'll tell you something, lads, it really puts things in perspective when you have to scoop your mate up with a shovel and stick him in a bin bag.
Oh,
The thing that really freaked us out that day was when Left-Hand Charlie found a bit of Eddie with a tattoo on. So you could say that Eddie was right. That Satan did indeed save his skin, just not all of it. It taught me to keep a very open mind.
I'm not going to let Sean Pertwee tell my future children bedtime stories.
It's a good actor, he is.
I like Sean Pertwee. His dad was Doctor Who.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, this bloke walks into a pub, right? The dog under his arm. Puts us down on the bar, goes and sits down. The bartender's looking at him thinking, what the fucking hell's going on here? Then he looks back at the dog, and to his surprise, the dog turns around and says,
Oh!
Fucking
Terry, what the hell you doing?
I want to hear the rest of that joke.
That scared me then.
There's no way I'm about to break radio silence because you lot got spooked by a dead fly fucking cow.
Things I'd be like, well, how did they get there? How did it just fall out of the sky?
Yeah, just, yeah. Tasteful, like, black and white nude, you know, like... Draw!
He's dead already. I thought he was a big part of this movie. Unless he comes back as a werewolf. Oh, I see.
Oh, I like that little bit there. He's like that, and then he went. He moved his arm. That was good. Ooh, that's a nice steak. That's a perfect size for a steak, isn't it?
Natural causes my ass.
Or was it like a kidney or something?
Oh, now what?
Ooh. The effects are good in this, actually.
Yeah. Oh, it's brilliant.
Oh, just bits of meat everywhere.
Christ on a bike. What the?
Ooh. I think you call it in now, wouldn't you?
Sarge.
Yes.
Right, lads.
End of the movie.
We are now up against live hostile targets. So, if little Red Riding Hood should show up with a bazooka and a bad attitude, I expect you to chin the bitch. And then call in on emergency airlift
we go.
immediately.
There's no signal, Sarge.
Oh, scared me.
Oh no.
What happened here?
There was only supposed to be one. We're working on it, Captain.
Ooh.
Sarge.
So do you think that's why he got him to try and like kill the dog so he could kill the werewolf or something? So it's like they're hunting it or something.
I think that's a good little theory.
There was only supposed to be one.
It's only supposed.
Or is it to no, to see if you can kill the dog? Because if you get scratched by the werewolf, you'll turn into the werewolf. So maybe you have to kill one of your friends.
Captain, who is going to...
What the fuck?
Come on, sunshine. Fucking shift it.
Composer's going in.
Contact.
Was that an MP5?
Yeah.
It's Bigfoot.
Oh, that's it. Throw it.
You still use it as like a club or something. You just leave a live gun in the Scottish Highlands. Oh my god.
Oh.
It's not even the thing, it's just a...
Oh, see that shot? See the hand in the eye?
So you just, imagine that's how you die, you run into a tree. Ooh, it's like the Predator. Oh no.
Jesus!
When your bowels are just hanging out. Oh, no. Oh.
You piss off! That is an order! Back off!
Love the looks of the werewolves in this, so it's so good.
I think they're pretty good actually, they look really skinny.
My guns are out, Coop!
Well, we'll just put them back in again.
They're not gonna fucking fit!
Of course they'll fit, man!
What do you do in that situation? Do you just like put a pillowcase underneath it or something and catch it and carry it? It's kind of like, yeah, the Predator mixed with like a Xenomorph.
Yes.
Oh, it's eyes. Or is that a car?
Car.
That's a car.
It's eyes!
Is it the Queen?
Get in!
Everybody on me!
Hurry!
Just take your hands off me. Oh,
Shiver me!
oh, I see it come through the other side. Imagine opening your door to see like 5 soldiers just armed.
I don't know where they could be.
Someone with his guts just
Yeah.
hanging out.
So I'll get the kettle on. I'm no expert, but something has happened.
Little pigs, we've come to nick your video.
Does he still want to watch the football? After his mate has just been murdered and his sergeant's guts are hanging out.
Oh.
That's the doggy. That guy just comes back in again, he's like, shoot the dog. Oh. What about they shoot it then?
Contact!
In this kind of situation, Jack, what gun would you want? What weapon would be your weapon of choice?
It's probably that, like a pump action shotgun, to be fair. It's just gonna put them back.
Still hot, lads.
Wait, you can't just help yourself.
I'm chin strap and I'm bloody starving.
Never waste an opportunity to eat. Come on.
What would you do if he just ate something and it just like came out of his stomach? Oh, see that sweet clear.
Oh, that's me and you in Warzone, there. Oh, see that?
Don't stare back.
Oh, I didn't like that.
Can't help it.
Look at that.
Go!
That was my car!
That was my whip!
Sam, no!
Special delivery.
God, Sam!
Shut the dog up!
Sam, come here!
Oh, see the way it pinged back.
Incompetent moron!
Do you want to have a fucking go like?
Go, like!
So don't mess with the Geordie.
Staying within the tree line.
Maybe they've had enough for one night.
Not likely. They're smart.
Who is this woman? Why is she the expert in?
There you are, those
Oh,
are swords.
that's what I'd have. Except that's half the size of the one I'd have.
Ever wondered why the best thing that super glue sticks together is your fingers? Give it. Forget your grandma's china cups. This stuff was developed for the Vietnam War to patch up broken soldiers.
Sure you should be chasing painkillers with whiskey.
Yeah, he's armed it.
After she says that and his stomach is just hanging out.
Is it my birthday? Hey!
No. You're gonna
I'm gonna thank you because you saved my life. You got me out of there, mate. Oh, yeah! Dirty fucker! Knock me out! Hit me!
Oh, I see that little.
Oh, you fucking pussy! Hit me!
Oh! Look at his legs blown out.
It's his
like,
hand, it's just like-
it's just there, like. He's just dead.
I've got his guts back in, but his neck's broken.
How long you lived around here?
So you come here often?
I'm a zoologist.
So you've heard those stories as well, then?
Yeah, I heard the stories. I went looking. I found evidence. I was fascinated by the
You
possibility.
can't seriously believe in werewolves.
Straight
Oh,
out,
you
I
would
was
at this
kind of laughed
point.
at the suggestion,
Yeah,
but
it's like
now
what's attacking you? That just people
I know there
dressed as
isn't really
wolves,
human
Cosplayers.
over
the
you
Edinburgh
too.
werewolf furries.
It's Celtic. The family's lived in this glen for centuries. So what was he doing out there?
I have an idea. I want to hear it from the horse's mouth.
I want to hear it from the horse's mouth.
You won't mind if I have a look at that wound of yours?
I'd just as soon you didn't.
Tie him up.
He's enjoying this, isn't he, that guy?
Spoons it, yeah.
It's spooning time. Oh, it's behind him.
Oh!
Oh.
I like how it's like 3-round bursts only. Just. Oh! A goat.
Goat.
Oh!
Just nick his gun.
Oh! Just shot.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
that
sweet.
slide kick. Oh! Oh! Oh, Spoons is on it.
He is.
Oh! Oh! Yeet!
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate. Oh, look at that.
Oh my god, that's a good shot. I don't like how skinny they are.
Don't like the cameras. Oh, look at that. It's me and you, back to back. Oh!
They'll be back. And I know that because there's still about a third of the film left. He's about to die.
Dogs. More like pussies.
Imagine those are your last words.
And the only thing holding them back is they don't know how much ammunition we have left.
It's like I'm going to tell them.
He just gets up, goes to the window. He's like, they barely have any rounds left. The pan just sits in the head.
Supposed to be lucky.
For me or the rest of the rabbit?
You'll need a lot more than luck this time.
Shut up, Ryan!
It's like Meg from Family
Ignore
Guy.
him.
Literally.
We can survive till sunrise, that's all that matters. It's just a few more hours. I was seconded to his team during their first visit here.
First visit? What first visit? What the fuck are you talking about?
They came to check out the stories. They needed an expert.
You're serious about this werewolf thing, aren't you?
Afraid so.
Yes. Yes, at this point, yes.
Don't suppose you know who won the match?
Didn't even know there was a game on.
It's not a game.
Right, this is it. Everyone get ready.
All right, you bastards! Come on, have a go if you think you're hard enough!
They took the bait.
Literally, they're just carrying him off.
Oh, he just shatters his leg. Oh!
Run!
Oh! He's hauling arse.
Jesus! Fucking what's happening, Cooper?
Oh, got a shot.
No paps.
Didn't get his good side, so he's like, don't take a picture. Oh, see that? Oh.
It's horrible. Oh. I can see the breath.
Good shot, innit?
I'm gonna fucking have you!
Oh no. To the windshield. Oh. So there's only, what, 3 left? 3 of the squad left. Spoons is still kicking though, you know?
Spoons is solid.
It's only been like an hour.
It's like 20 minutes, that's it.
Do
you like football?
What? They think it's all over and all that crap. No, I don't.
We're losing, Ryan. We're 3-0 down and we're close to the final whistle. At the very least, I want to even the score.
Ever heard of Special Weapons Division? They saw an opportunity and called me in.
To do what? Catch one of these things?
And to bring it back. Alive, if possible.
We lost good men, Ryan. Yours and mine.
So were they bait?
Mm.
The reality is, you're expendable. And I had approval to put you at risk.
So the whole plan was just send them in, get them all killed, and then capture them whilst they're killing them.
Give us a fighting chance!
He's turning.
Something
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Go on, get it.
Oh.
Bad dog.
Oh.
Just misses every shot.
Werewolves spend most of their time in human form, right? And the only people for miles around live right here.
So these things aren't about to give up the fight and go home?
They are home.
Yeah, well, that makes perfect sense, doesn't it?
Gosh, it's all of them. The loving family.
Yeah. That's all their food was still on the boil, wasn't it?
What about the Sarge?
What about the Sarge?
You know what I mean?
Sarge is with us.
Yeah. I just didn't want him to go without.
Is Sarge with them?
I didn't see him get bit. But he did get scratched, and that's enough to turn you.
What happened to Ryan is happening to me.
All he's got to do is just last a few more hours.
Time, mate.
You must stop wasting time with this Harry Carey crap. This fight isn't lost yet.
I don't know, maybe it's like when you need to take a piss or something, I don't know. When you gotta go, you gotta fucking go.
Well, maybe it's more like needing a shite. Just because you need one doesn't mean you drop your kegs and pinch one off.
Pinch one off.
You can make it out. Just once a month, just lock him in like a cage.
Oh.
That was right by his head as well.
Proper Molotov as well.
I was about to say it wasn't that big, and then that one happened.
Now kiss. Now kiss.
I'm sorry. There is no out. There never was.
And the reason you're not in the photographs because you took it.
I never meant to. You may think they're all bitches, but I'm the real thing.
Oh, she's the alpha of the pack.
Do you think I chose to run with the pack? No. I chose you. They were always here. I just unlocked the door. It's that time of the month.
Oh, that's a shot.
That's actually really cool.
Oh.
Oh.
Someone has to out of his misery.
Put some rounds down. Come on. Let's have it. Let's have it. Come on, Will. Let's see a combo, Will. Come on, let's see those hands. Oh, look at that. Oh, here we go.
Come on.
Here we go.
You get to see him get a frying pan.
Oh, look at that. See that come from the smoke?
But I wouldn't use that blue light on that toilet.
Sarge!
I mean, the coffee!
Come on. Yeah! Hey!
Some kidney punches. Oh. Oh.
I'm running out, Tim! I'm running out!
He does a hand puppet and the guy's just like...
Oh, there it is! Oh, did you see it? Oh, there it is! Oh!
I hope I give you the shits, you fucking wimp.
Good old spoons. What a stand that was, William, wasn't it?
Oh. It looks realistic as well.
See them stamping on its head.
Open your mouth! Watch the ears! Mind your toes!
The spoon!
There is no spoon.
Isn't that the Matrix?
There is no spoon.
What are you doing?
It's one of the
He's
chambermaid.
desperate for a last stand, isn't he? Did you cry when you first saw this?
I was quite sad when I did, to be fair.
The freakishly long legs creep me out.
They're like voguing when they come in.
Yeah, they
see
are,
that,
yeah. That ruined his plan.
Oh. Oh, it's his mouth for the werewolf go.
The end. Oh, is that the squad?
I think so.
Yeah, it is, yeah. Oh. Save them for later. It's still not over.
Oh, one with a sword in his chest.
Oh.
You tried licking your own balls yet?
Oh. Doggo! Oh, what's in there?
Oh, the silver letter opener.
Do you remember the knife? Oh.
I think it's all over. It is now.
What a way to end it. It's a good dog.
Doggo.
Oh, there's the pictures.
Oh, there's all the photos of it.
It's like The Hangover. Simon bows, how ironic.
So, Squilliam, what did you think? Dog Soldiers, Neil Marshall.
I really enjoyed that. It's like a little British indie one as well, and this you always got to support the home nations.
That's what, like, the good point is, like, it feels just British, doesn't it? It's like a proper early 2000s British horror / like action film, and it's just, there's not much gone into it. The characters are all fleshed out, and like they all get on, and they all like complement each other really well. And it just feels like a really good feel-good friend film, doesn't it? Like you
Feel
sit
good.
and exactly what you said, literally like what you'd sit with your friends and watch that and laugh at it, like because there's so many funny bits in it. It's like it's got really good like well acting for the time of like, and they're acting how it's supposed to be acted. Do you know what I mean? That like over the top sort of like British camaraderie and like constantly. How many times does someone want to sacrifice themselves? Do you know what I mean? Picture, there's not films like that anymore, is there?
Especially when he's like at the end, it's like there's a werewolf attacking you. He's like, I'm in the carsey. I'm in the carsey.
I bet you squaddies and soldiers really like that film as well. You know
Sure
what I mean?
they do.
It's sort of, you can relate to their sort of like brotherly bond.
It
But there's also some good bits of acting up around the campfire as well. That's really good acting as well. And it's got a really good script, some parts.
Sean Pertwee and Kevin McKidd are definitely the standout performances, isn't it? Like Kevin McKidd has definitely got that leading man presence, and Sean Pertwee just is the best character. But that's what I like about.
With Spoons, Darren Motter. If I don't know about that, he's got his last stand, which is one of the most memorable bits in it.
The thing with films like this is like if it's a squad movie, there are some films where you just don't like the squad, like Suicide Squad. Whereas this one, it's like you care about every single one in such a short amount of time that you know them all so quick. It's not like there's like exposition dumps where it's like, oh, Spoons, tell me again about your backstory, even though we've known each other for 6 years.
Yeah.
You just know what they are straight away, right from the get-go, which is good.
Each character's got their own little bit, which you don't have to hear 90 minutes explaining it. You just know what kind of person he is, even just from seeing him in that short period of time.
I don't need a prequel which explains why Spoon's go-to weapon is a frying pan. And it kicked off straight away, like it was like a minute before like anything happened. There's just people at a campfire, got a letter opener, and in a minute a werewolf turned up. So it's just straight into it. Action, it's literally action from right at the beginning to the end, which is what you want.
That's what you made a good point of. Nothing's brilliant in it. Do you know what I mean? Like there's so many things where it's just like it's supposed to look weird. Some of it looks like really sepia tone. It switches to action shot. It's supposed to be like that. Do you know what I mean? He's not gone out to make a masterpiece. He's gone out to make just a really good film.
Yeah, like some of the shots are like quite janky and actiony, which is quite weird because like, I think this must have been his early days as a director. Because when it comes to Game of Thrones, it's incredible. They're like the best episodes he directs. Like he's done the Blackwater and the Watchers on the Wall, which are like the battle it's films like this which give people like Neil Marshall Game of Thrones, because it's like you need to have films like this to build up your portfolio. And it's like, yeah, they're not going to be perfect, but if you've got a budget of £2 million and you can stretch it and make a really good film, then you're going to be given bigger roles like this, like Game of Thrones. And it doesn't really happen nowadays. It's kind of like the same people directing big films. So I want to see more films like this, and obviously it's the cinema goer needs to support them as well. And look out for these smaller films and not just be like, nah, it's not part of the MCU, so I'm not going to bother. I prefer films like this. I think they're great.
Yeah.
Because it's like I decided to buy it instead of renting it, because I know I watch that again.
As you said, there's bits in it with some of the actual like shots, some of the sound as well is a little bit like, almost seems a little bit out of sync. But it's like, this doesn't really even need that to be a good film, you know. It almost makes it feel like that quirky sort of British old film, like, oh god, look at this shot, but it makes it in a way.
It has a charm to it. It kind of reminded me of like Peter Jackson's first films, where he was very much like DIY. It was like a DIY movie, because it even said he edited it as well. Is it your nan's favourite film?
Yes, exactly. That's another point. I'd always go around to my nan's and she would stand in the kitchen saying, where's your pots and pans, and sort of swinging them at me. So we got that signed, an actual pan signed, gave it to her. Honestly, I didn't really break to tell you about that. And literally, she was over the moon at Christmas. She just opened it. She was like, what is this? Oh, she was just there like, oh my god, is this signed by him? And I was like, yeah, and she was just holding it for ages, like swinging it at me.
There we go. So that's another reason why films like this mean a lot, because you got a special connection to that film. And
yes.
Yeah, and it's more so than you do like some of the greatest films of all time. If you had to like put like a list of like the top movies of like that have made your life, you'd put this in there, wouldn't you? Because of the connection you've got to it.
Yeah, that's what's brilliant about films, and even these lower budget films, or look at us for like Greasy Strangler. Do you know what I mean? If you talk about something, they're like, "What's that?" Or I've seen that, but like, it's just you can just start going and doing the sound from it, and it just instantly brings back and gives you emotions and feelings.
It's not the best film we've watched on the channel, but it's definitely the one that I remember the most. So Jack, who was your MVP for Dog Soldiers?
It's close. It was going to be Darren Motif, but I still think I'm going to give it to Neil Marshall. Just to make this film like this, as said, he edited it as well himself. I just think that he did a fantastic job with it.
I would give an honourable mention to Neil, but I think my MVP is Sean Pertwee, because I just thought he was great in that movie. He's the cocky sergeant.
Especially that campfire scene. That was actually really good acting.
Very good delivery. And yeah, it's just, I thought he just like took every scene he was in, and I thought it was great. He's a great actor. He always has and always will be. So Sean Pertwee for me.
What are you going to give Dog Soldiers out of 100?
I'm going to give Dog Soldiers a 77 out of 100.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I like that. I thought you were going to go lower than that.
I enjoyed it.
I am going to give Dog Soldiers an 81.
Nice. I thought it'd be higher, not going to lie. Is it a hidden gem? Would you say it's a hidden gem, or is it kind of popular?
I know, I think it's a hidden gem.
Is it like a cult?
I really do.
Cult movie?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, for love of horror, when you get like the films like that and panels like that, it's a very specific sort of cult. A lot of people probably have heard of it, or they'd be like, oh, I don't really remember it. But it's for that cult-minded person, I think, you know, where it's just like, oh my god, I remember that and I love it.
If for any international viewers, dive into British indie cinema is a must, because I'd say they're really good. Like, they are really, really good British indie movies, especially Shane Meadows. His stuff is incredible. So
yeah, watch
those if you haven't. But yeah, that's Dog Soldiers. Finally watched it.
They thought it was all over. It is now.
Well, there you have it, everybody. An 81 from Jack and a 77 from me for Dog Soldiers. If you enjoyed the video and want to see more, be sure to press that like button down below. And while you're at it, why not follow us on Twitch and Instagram? And if you really want to go the extra mile, why not support us on Patreon? It's greatly appreciated. Me and Jack will be back with another video very soon. Cheerio.